Hey, it's Dan from Coach Thomas Tech again. I'm on my way to work at the golf course. It's preseason Saturday. Go Bills for opening game up at the new Highmark Stadium. So super excited about that. But what I want to talk about today is I was reading some things about Michael Phelps the other day, the Olympian. And some of the things that his coach used to do for him in training and in practice was give him challenges. Like for example, he would fill up his goggles with water and make him swim with water in his goggles. He would step on his goggles and break them, and just before the race. Simple things like that, right? He would train Michael Phelps to be successful through adversity. And I guess where I'm kind of going with this is we need to train our students. We need to set our students up for success, even when the conditions for success are challenging. Because it's not a matter of if they're going to face these on a test and in a quiz, in a project, in something, or in life, but it's a matter of when. When are they going to face these challenges? And if we don't prepare them for these things in the classroom, in a controlled environment, then when those things crop up and those things happen, the kids are going to not be prepared for that. So it kind of goes back to my other post a couple of days ago where the kid has a bad day, right? So I talked about that. If you want to go back a couple of days and find that one, because they're going to have a bad day. We got to prepare them for what happens on that bad day. What happens when they're not 100% ready for the test? What happens when, the power goes out? When whatever happens in life, and we got to get our kids ready for that. So I think we need to build that into what we're doing on the day-to-day this year, because those are the skills. Remember, I talked about adaptability. Those are the skills beyond the knowledge part that are going to suit our kids and set our kids up for success once they leave our classroom, once they leave our schools, and they're out in the world and they're fighting their way through it, right? They're fighting their way through it. I see this with my kids right now too, right? And I think as a coach and as a golfer and as a dad, I think I've done a decent job of setting some things up and creating some conditions on the practice field, in the pool, while playing golf, that I'm going to overcome some adversity. My athletes are going to be able to deal with the majority of what comes up. Now, you can't be 100%, logged into that and be ready for absolutely everything, but you can set the tone for it and create the culture for that struggle. So as you're going through the year this year, and whether you just finished your first week, your first couple of weeks, or you're getting ready to go back, set up some conditions once a week, 5-10 minutes out of your class, maybe on a Monday morning or a Friday afternoon, and set up some conditions where your kids have to struggle, right? But don't just let them struggle and then just walk away from it. Let's do something that's difficult for them, and it doesn't have to be a grade. It doesn't have to be curricularly related. It's English, but it can be. But reflect on it with the kids. Talk about some of those skills, some of those things that they're doing and why you're doing it, but do it afterwards. Don't preload that stuff up there, okay? So just some thoughts I'm having on my way to the golf course today. If you want to find out more, reach out to me. Head over to CoachThomasTech.com. Fire up your favorite podcast and catch the Tech Ed Clubhouse podcast. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. Got some great conversations. If you want to be on, reach out to me and send me a DM, and let's get something set up. Love to talk. Catch you later.